Has a client ever asked you for one tiny extra thing that took 3 full days of free work? Welcome back to Career English Podcast. I'm James, and that's Alex. Today, 5 English words to stop scope creep and protect your freelance income. By the end, you'll know the exact word that turns "can you also" into "sure, here's my new quote."
Okay, picture this. Last month, I finished a logo for a client in Germany. Then he wrote, "Hi Alex, can you also design business cards, a website banner, and 3 Instagram posts? Same price, right?" I just sat there staring at my screen.
Oh no, that is classic scope creep. The scope of your project was one logo. Now he wants 5 things for the same money. So what did you write back to him?
I panicked, honestly. I wrote, "Sure, no problem," because I was scared to lose him. But then I worked extra hours every night for a week and got no additional money. My boyfriend said I was crazy.
Your boyfriend is right, and I say that with love. You needed to send a new quote for the additional work. A revision of the price, not free extra labor. Clients respect freelancers who protect their time.
But James, hold on. What if I say no and the client leaves me? In Brazil and Indonesia, many freelancers feel they cannot push back. The client pays in dollars. We need the money.
I hear you, and it's a real fear. But here's the thing. A good client will pay for additional work. A bad client will keep asking for extra things forever. Saying no with the right words actually keeps the good ones.
Okay, I want to believe you. Let's break down the words so I never panic again.
Let's start with scope. Scope means the work you agreed to do. It's the list of tasks inside your project. If something is not in the scope, it is extra work. You can say, "That task is outside the scope of our agreement."
I like that phrase, outside the scope. It sounds calm, not angry. So if my client asks for business cards and our scope was only a logo, I just say the business cards are outside the scope of our project?
Exactly that. Next word, additional. Additional means more, extra, on top of what we already have. We use it a lot in business English. Additional work needs additional payment. Simple and professional.
Wait, is additional the same as extra? Because I always mix them up. My English teacher in Turkey told me they're identical, but my client uses both in the same email.
Great question. They mean almost the same thing, but additional sounds more formal and professional. Use additional in client emails and contracts. Use extra in friendly chats or quick messages. Both are correct, just different feelings.
Got it. Formal email gets additional fee. Quick Slack message gets extra fee. Same idea, different temperature.
Perfect. Now, quote. A quote is the price you give a client for a job. You send a quote before you start. If the work grows, you send a new quote. I will send you an updated quote tomorrow.
I used to say, I will send you a price. But quote sounds so much more like a real business person. One small word, and suddenly you sound like a pro.
That's the magic of business vocabulary. Next, revision. A revision is a change to work you already finished. The client says, "Can you make the logo bigger?" That is one revision. Most contracts include 2 or 3 free revisions, and then extra revisions cost more.
Oh, this is so important. I never put a revision limit in my contracts. So clients ask for revision number 15, and I cry quietly. Note to self, write 2 free revisions in every future quote.
Write it in capital letters. And our last word, extra. Extra means more than the normal amount. I charge extra for weekend work. Or, that's an extra task, not part of our scope. Simple, friendly, but clear.
Try saying this one with me. I'll say it first, then you say it after me in your own voice. Ready? That task is outside the scope. I'll send an additional quote for the extra work. Now your turn.
Notice how that one sentence used 3 of our words: scope, additional, quote. It sounds polite but firm. You're not saying no, you're saying yes with a price. That's the professional way to handle scope creep.
Okay, let me try a new scene. I'm on a video call with a client from the US. He says, "Hey, the website looks great. Can you also write all the text in Spanish and add a blog section?" What do I say?
Take a breath, then say, "Thanks. Translation and a blog are outside the scope of our current project. I can send an additional quote for that extra work. It would also need more time and probably 2 revisions to get the Spanish right."
Wow, that used all 5 words. Scope, additional, quote, extra, revision. And I didn't sound rude or scared. I just sounded like a freelancer who knows her value.
And here's the secret. 9 times out of 10, the client says, "Okay, send me the new quote." They were just asking. They expected to pay. You were the one assuming it had to be free.
That's a mind shift. I always thought asking for more money would make them angry. But really, they're running a business too. They understand additional work means additional cost.
Exactly. So let's walk through it one more time. A client asks for new features. You check your scope. You see it's extra work. You send a friendly message with an additional quote, including a clear revision limit. Done. No stress, no free weekends.
Let me try the full version. "Hi, Mark. Happy you like the design. That new section is outside our scope, so I'll send an additional quote tomorrow. The price includes 2 revisions and the extra time needed."
That's it. Copy that template. Save it in your notes. Use it next time a client surprises you with one small extra thing. You'll feel powerful, and your bank account will thank you.
Honestly, I wish I had this episode last month. My free week of work taught me, but it cost me real money. Don't be past me, friends. Be future you.
Beautifully said. Subscribe if you want more English for your freelance career. Next episode, we tackle another painful one. How to ask a client for payment when the invoice is 2 weeks late. You don't want to miss that script.
Save this episode. Send it to a freelancer friend in India, Brazil, Indonesia, or Turkey who keeps doing free work. Tag us when you stop scope creep for the first time. We want to celebrate with you.
Try this in your next email. Come back next episode and tell us how it went.